get ready because we are standing on the edge of a revolution in how we create software. And this secret project from Google, it's called Opal, might just be the thing that kicks it all off. So here's the big question we're diving into. Could this tool actually make coding obsolete?
And hey, before we get any further, if you want to stay on top of all the tech that's literally changing the game, like Opal, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button below for @BrandsTechOff. You really don't want to miss out on this stuff.
Okay, let's just get real for a second. We've all been there, right? You get that lightning bolt of a killer app idea, a tool, a website, something amazing. And then, poof, the idea just evaporates. Why? Because you realize you don't know how to code. You don't know Python or JavaScript or any of it. It's got to be one of the most frustrating feelings in the world. You know, I actually have a name for that feeling. I call it the coding wall. It's this massive, invisible barrier that stands between millions of incredible ideas and, well, them ever becoming a reality. It's basically where creativity goes to die.
And what's so ironic, and this quote just hits the nail on the head, is that coding was supposed to be the great enabler, right? The key that unlocked the future. But for so many people, it's actually become a gatekeeper, a barrier. It's stopping good ideas in their tracks.
But what if you didn't have to break down that wall? What if you could just walk right around it? Well, that's exactly the promise of Google's incredible new experimental tool, Opal. This thing is designed to take your ideas, described in just plain English, and turn them into actual working apps.
Now, let's be super clear here. This isn't just another one of those low-code tools you've heard about. Nope. Opal is a true no-code platform. I mean, you literally just describe your idea, almost like you were just talking to a developer, and the AI goes and builds it for you. We're talking about whipping up a simple expense tracker, or maybe a custom tool to generate social media captions, all in a matter of minutes. It's wild.
And the process itself? It's just brilliantly simple. Step 1, you describe what you want, in plain English. Step 2, Opal takes that and builds out a visual workflow. You can actually see the logic, you can edit it, but there's no code, just steps. And then, step 3, boom, you launch it and get a shareable URL. Think about that. A process that used to take days, maybe even weeks of work, is now crunched down into minutes.
So, what's going on under the hood here? Well, Opal is being powered by Google's absolute heavy hitters. We're talking their latest AI models like Gemini, Veo, and Imagen. It creates web-based applications that are all hosted on Google's infrastructure, which is a huge plus. But, okay, let's manage expectations a little. It's currently in public beta and only in the US for now. And it's not really for building, super complex native mobile apps or huge enterprise systems. At least, not. But of course, Google isn't the only giant in this new arena. GitHub, another huge name, recently dropped their own tool called Spark, and it's aiming to do something pretty similar. So that begs the question, how do these two new titans of creation actually stack up against each other? Let's have a little showdown.
All right, let's break this down feature by feature. You can see here that Google Opal is really laser-focused on non-programmers, on prototypers, people who want to build these mini apps fast using that visual workflow we talked about. Now, GitHub Spark, it's a little different. It's for both non-developers and technical folks. And here's the kicker. It generates the full front-end and back-end code for a web app. So the key takeaway, the big difference, is the output. Think of Opal as giving you a really smart, interactive blueprint that just works, while Spark actually hands you the raw building materials, the code, so you can build an entire house from scratch if you want to.
Look, what we're seeing with tools like Opal and Spark, it's so much more than just a cool new convenience. This signals a deep, fundamental shift in what it even means to be a creator, a builder, or a data professional in the age of AI. The whole game is changing. The focus is moving.
I mean, just think about it this way. For decades, a huge part of a developer's value was in knowing the syntax, all those picky, specific rules for Python or Java or C++. But that's all shifting. The value is moving away from syntax and towards logic. So instead of spending hours trying to remember the perfect line of code to pull data from a spreadsheet, you just tell the AI, hey, summarize the top 5 sales regions from this quarter's report. See? Your value isn't in knowing the command anymore. It's in knowing what to ask for in the first place.
So this is the big question, right? What skills should you be focused on developing for this new era? Well, it's becoming less about writing perfectly clean code and way more about high-level strategic thinking. We're talking about things like data reasoning, prompt engineering, which is a huge one, causal thinking, and just the core ability to clearly communicate your vision to an AI assistant. These are the new superpowers.
And really, that's the bottom line. The future isn't going to belong to the person who can write the most elegant script. It's going to belong to the AI-literate problem solver, the person who can ask the right questions, who can think critically, and who can direct these incredibly powerful tools to build something that actually makes a difference.
All right, so this brings us full circle right back to the big question we started with. Is a tool like Google Opal a killer app? Is it here to make programmers obsolete? Or is it something else entirely?
And I think this quote just sums it up perfectly. Coding isn't dead, not by a long shot. It's no longer the center of the universe. Think of it this way. Coding is becoming the vehicle, the car that gets you where you're going. But AI is the self-driving co-pilot, helping you navigate, helping you go faster, and helping you reach destinations you never could have on your own.
So I'll leave you with this question. Is Opal a killer or is it an enabler? Are these tools here to destroy jobs, or are they here to unlock the creativity of millions of people who are stuck behind that coding wall? Honestly, I think the way we answer that question is going to define the entire next decade of innovation. I'd really love to know what you think. Drop your thoughts down in the comments below.